Here at the Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce, we are proud to have more than 100 nonprofit groups as members of the Chamber. We sincerely love our nonprofit groups, as everybody here at the Chamber does. And today we're honored to have one of the groups right here in studio with us. This is Brandi Dalton. She's with the Christian Women's Job Corps of Greater Arlington. Brandi, welcome aboard.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're so happy to have you here in studio, but most importantly, as a member of the Chamber. So thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
So that's a rather long name, Christian Women's Job Corps of Greater Arlington.
Yes.
What do you do? What are you guys all about?
The really short answer to that question is we provide free job skills training for women here in Arlington, obviously. Christian Women's Job Corps was created back in the 90s by Baptist women to alleviate poverty. And First Baptist Church here in Arlington opened our site in 2005. So in 20 years, over 727 women have graduated from our program.
Very nice.
They get instruction in computer technology, Microsoft Office, applications, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, and a whole host of other training programs.
Nice. And we see some of the stuff here on the table in front of us.
Our program is free to our participants.
Wow.
So everything that you see there is provided for them. And it's great. They are overwhelmed. They don't have to pay for anything. They don't have to pay for their supplies. They don't have to bring their own computer to class. Everything is provided. And everything that you see here on this table is all donated by the public, by our donors. So we are so glad that we can offer it for free.
You know, I would have to think that it's so much more than a job skill. It's confidence. It's that every aspect of their lives could be enhanced by getting all this information. Am I reading too much into that? Or is
No, you're not. You picked up on that very quickly. A lot of our participants come to us because they're stuck in a job and that are not making enough to make ends meet, but they don't have the skills to get a better job, paying job. And they don't have the confidence to go out there and look for one. I mean, trying to find a job is a job in and of itself.
Sure.
So the women come to us and they don't have experience in interviewing. They don't have, they might not be prepared for that. They're very nervous about that. So we have an interviewing class. They don't have a current resume. We help them with their resume. Even if they don't have one, we help them create one. And so, yes, they gain a lot more confidence. You know, CWJC is all about relationships as well. All of our volunteers build relationships with our students. They are interested in their success. They want them to succeed.
Do you run into situations, I guess, different situations where women need these job skills? All of a sudden, a severe life change in one way or another puts them in a position they haven't been in a while, and they're dealing with all of that while realizing that, what do I do next? And I have to think the faith-based tie-in with the whole organization is a big help with that as well.
That's right. So many of our women come to us wanting job skills training, want the computer training. But you know what they really find? They find hope.
Mm-hmm.
They find hope because Bible study is a required part of our curriculum. That's one of the pillars of any Christian Women's Job Corps is Bible study. And our Bible studies are written specifically for women. Women who may not have a faith background at all. A woman does not need to be a Christian to be a part of our program. So we get people who sit in our Bible studies that may not have a Bible background at all, and they learn that God loves them. And that just gives them hope.
Sure. Do you get into the placement side of things? Do you help people once they acquire the skills? Can you give them some direction to where maybe they can go turn those skills into a job?
Yes, we do. We're primarily a job skills training program more than a placement program.
Okay.
However, here in Arlington, we have a lot of resources, so we do forward those to our current students and then to our alumni as well. We're very much in communication and in maintaining the relationship with our alumni.
You know, if I heard you right earlier, you'd mentioned when you started, and I'm doing my math in my head, is it 20 years?
Yes, sir.
20 years. So do you continue to add things? Is there anything going on now in year 20 to enhance the program?
Yes, we are moving from our Microsoft Office 2016 curriculum, and in the fall, we will begin with Office 365. So we're moving ahead as technology moves ahead. So that's the big thing as far as our curriculum is concerned. And every semester we evaluate our curriculum. That's another requirement of CWJC's is evaluations. Are we providing the skills training that is current in today's marketplace that is beneficial to our students?
You know, you mentioned early on that all of this stuff, all the training and everything is available at no cost. There's a cost somewhere. There may not be a cost to the end user, but as a nonprofit, how are you able to fund everything that you do?
That's a great question. You know, the value of our program is estimated to be about $12,000 per participant per semester. That's the hard costs of all of the supplies, the electricity and so on. It's also the volunteers' time. But it's at no cost to our participants. So how do we keep the lights on?
Exactly.
We do fundraisers every year, and we are a nonprofit. We accept financial donations from the public. We have some churches that support our ministry. Our fundraisers every year, we have 4 of those.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we have a golf tournament in the spring, which is great. We get people who don't know about us, who just come to play because their buddy asked them to be on our team. Then we participate in North Texas Giving Day, which a lot of charities here in Arlington do that. We also have what we call the Ruby Awards Luncheon, where we honor Christians in the workplace. And we also had done a musical concert. Then it's a ticketed event. So each of those fundraisers appeal to different parts of our stakeholders.
Well, that's super. And also, as you mentioned, it enhances the visibility of the whole program.
Exactly.
Could be somebody shows up to play golf and says, I had no idea, you know what, we can help. But because that's important, not just with your organization, but nonprofits in general. So many people think if they're going to help a nonprofit, they got to write a big check. That's not true. You got a big volunteer base, and there's a lot of people with knowledge that you need.
Exactly. I'm the only full-time paid person. I have a couple of part-time assistants. So all of our volunteers teach our classes. They are our mentors to our participants. We have an IT team. You can imagine we've got to keep that computer network up to date. We have a prayer partner team, hospitality team, a graduation team. All of those are volunteers, and they serve at least a total of 5,000 hours every year. Possibly many more that don't get recorded.
In 20 years, have you run into situations to where a graduate, is that the right word, a graduate of the program, has actually come back to volunteer to support the program?
Many times, they serve as mentors. We've got several graduates that are teaching classes now. They come back because they have been given so much, not just materially, but emotionally and spiritually, that they want to pay it forward. So yes, we have many of our graduates
like this. Because, and the other thing, the relatability factor, because the women that went through the program can absolutely relate to someone that's just getting into the program and say, I was you. Here's what this program did for me. Does that make people feel better along those lines?
Definitely. And our graduates encourage the new students to, this is a huge commitment, and we know that you can do it because I did it. That's what I hear over and over as
if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Right, exactly.
But again, that relatability factor is so important because a lot of times in life, men and women, something happens to you, and when you think, I'm the only person this ever happened to, but then you meet someone else and you realize it's not just you, and then you meet someone else that was going through this and now they're out of it. It just, those steps just give you a light at the end of the tunnel that you can look at.
Our participants come from so many diverse backgrounds, education level, income level, life experience. And they think, yes, many of them, I'm the only one that's ever been a single woman with 3 kids trying to make ends meet. And they realize, no, the lady sitting next to them in our computer lab is going through the exact same thing. So they're there to support each other and encourage each other.
That's absolutely beautiful. Well, as we sit here at the Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce, I know that you've been a member now for almost a year.
Yeah.
First of all, Why did you decide to join the chamber? What did you, two-part question.
Yes.
Why did you find it important to join the chamber, and how has the chamber hopefully been able to enhance what you do?
I think the number one reason I joined the chamber is I love Arlington. It's been my home for almost 30 years now, and it is a great place to live. It's a great place for your family. It's a great place for businesses. And from what I've seen, the Arlington Chamber supports its members. And as a nonprofit, we need all the support we can get, as pretty much a one-person show. I need support. And so it was just, why wouldn't I join the Arlington Chamber? Because I've been a part of the Women's Alliance and the nonprofit collaboration. I've been in different chamber events, and I love meeting other chamber members because everybody is there to help Arlington.
Well, everyone's there to, we appreciate you saying that, first of all. Everyone's there to help Arlington, but the one thing here at the chamber is everyone's here to support each other. Together we succeed is a big thing that we say.
Exactly.
So there's chamber people watching this today. If you wanted to talk to someone here at the chamber, what could a chamber person do first and foremost to help you guys out?
Advocate for CWJC. Let other people know about our services and what we offer for free to women who need a hand up. And because so many people tell me, I never knew about this program. I didn't know that you were here. So other chamber members advocating for us, it would be the biggest help. Tell your friends, come by and take a tour, and just tell other people about us.
Well, I know that everyone watching today will do that. And as I mentioned at the very beginning, we have well over 100 nonprofits here at the chamber. And I personally know, I'm going through my Rolodex in my head of the chamber members with nonprofits that support women who could use exactly what you have. And one of the things we really enjoy here on the whole Better Together, I could see nonprofits working together, all for the end line of helping women.
The chamber helps me network with those other nonprofits. Just recently went to a nonprofit expo and made contact with so many other organizations that were invited to that event. It was wonderful, right? And so we're just going to make Arlington better.
That everybody together will make a better together.
Exactly.
We'll make it all together. Well, thank you for coming in here today. You have a great story. You're so passionate about what you do. It radiates when you talk about everything. And the fact you've been doing it for 20 years, happy anniversary. Happy birthday, whatever word you want.
Anniversary.
Anniversary, yes. Anniversary is a much better word. 20 years is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
And I know it adds, as if you needed it, but even more credibility to the whole program. People, wow, 20 years, this is good. I need to jump on board and help these people out. So we hope all of you jump on board and help everybody out. Brandi, Dalton, thank you for coming in here today. Thank you for your membership, but most of all, thank you for everything you do to help women that thought sometimes that there wasn't anyone to help them, but yet there you are. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate this time.
All right. Hey, and as always, thank you for being here today, because as I mentioned to Brandi, she gets it, we get it. We all succeed together, better together here at the chamber. We'll catch you next time. Take care.